We're about to see Avengers Endgame.
And we'll be back with our non-spoiler review after this.
Hi folks, welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are here to give you our non-spoiler review for Avengers Endgame. Now, if you notice that there's a difference in attire from the opening of this video until now, that's because Heidi and I actually came home from our first viewing, decided we wanted to see it immediately the next morning.
The next morning.
The next morning. So on very little sleep, we went back and saw it. So we saw it twice within 12 hours. And we are now going to give you our non-spoiler thoughts. We'll be back in a different video with some spoiler discussion, but for right now, you're free. If you haven't seen the movie, you can just hear our thoughts about the movie in a very general sense. We're not going to spoil anything.
No.
Keep that in mind if you're commenting too. We don't want any spoilers in the comments or anything like that. Feel free to have that kind of thing in the spoiler discussion, but for right now, let's keep everything non-spoiler because a lot of people don't get to go out and see the movie on the opening weekends.
Yeah,
and we don't want this movie spoiled.
Yeah, I can't even count how many people I know who say, "Oh, I can't even see it until next Tuesday. I can't even see it till next weekend. We've got some family event happening, and we really can't do anything until after said event." So, no spoilers here.
Now, before we jump in and give you our thoughts, we'll let you know that this particular video is sponsored by, well, us, really. Specifically, Shadow Plays, which is my latest book. It's been out since November. Right now I'm running a promotion where if you use the promo code SHADOW on my website, jpatricklamar.com, I'll put that somewhere down here, you can use that promo code to get 20% off. If you want the book signed, I'll do that for you. It's also available on Amazon, so if you're not interested in the signature, maybe you've got free shipping through Amazon, you can get Shadow Plays there as well. That's it for promo stuff. Let's get right into the movie. So we made no mistake about being hyped for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, we even said, like, immediately after Infinity War, we could not wait to see what they did with the conclusion of that story. So
sure. And I would say too that, you know, all of the bits and pieces that we watched leading up to this, trailers and that sort of thing, our constant refrain was we didn't really need anything. We were going to be in. We were going to be excited for this no matter what.
Tell us when to be at the theater and we were going to be there.
That's right. So it was with much excitement and anticipation that we went to go see this movie last night and then
again this morning.
My brain was considerably sleepier this morning watching it. There were a few times I had to fight to stay awake, not because of the movie, but because of my own lack of sleep. I'd slept like an hour and a half.
I slept none.
Zero. Yeah. Heidi's got a unique schedule at work, so she's sleeping at night isn't always a thing that happens.
It's not that unique, but yeah, I don't really sleep at night. Not often. Yeah.
So we went to see the movie, and we decided, we did talk about it a little bit on the way home, but we wanted to save most of our thoughts for this. It's hard not to talk about this movie. That's the one thing we found.
So, we could not stop talking to each other about this movie. Really,
through the night between the first viewing and the second one, we talked a lot about this film. We took my oldest daughter with us this morning to see it, and we've talked about her with her quite a bit about it since then. Mm-hmm. So our thoughts are probably all over the place, but we're going to give you as specifically as we can what we enjoy and what we think about this film without going into spoilers. Now, I will tell you that we can reference things maybe that were in the trailers, but there's so much of this movie that lands in spoiler territory that it is a little bit difficult to talk about this film.
Yeah, and I honestly don't remember everything about all the trailers, so I don't want to accidentally spoil either.
Right, so we're going to keep it really simple. We're going to talk about just our overall feelings about this film. Heidi, I know that you were looking forward to it as well as I was. Were you disappointed? Was it right on the money? I mean, what were your feelings?
There was nothing disappointing about this. There were some things, there are plenty of reviewers out there that like avoid any speculation and that sort of thing, but we fully imbibed in the speculation realm, and despite that, this movie was everything it needed to be. It was so very satisfying.
Yeah, it was. Satisfying is the word I would certainly use. It was a lot of fun, very exciting. It really kind of, ran from the solemn sort of place where we left the characters in Infinity War, and again, no spoilers for any of that, but that movie ends on a very solemn tone. This movie picks that up, runs with it. We get laughter, we get that solemn thing, we get high stakes, we get beautiful character moments. So a lot happening in this film, and handled deftly by the Russo brothers, who once again do not disappoint. I cannot imagine the difficulty of approaching these, Infinity War and then Endgame, knowing the kind of just the sheer number of characters, but also the legacy of, at this point, this is the 22nd film, so 22 movies. That have 21 movies leading up to this moment, and then needing it to pay off, needing it to coalesce and come together in something that could be sort of the monument to what it's all been for, what it's all been about. And so I really have to give high praise to the Russos for this film, for nailing those elements. Now, we say all the time that no movie's perfect. Endgame's no exception. There are a couple of things that I could have done without, but they're very nitpicky, and they're very minor sort of things. So on the whole, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
Now, the way that we rate movies on this channel is using our name, Pop, Pop, Fizzle. So if something's a fizzle, that means obviously don't bother with it, don't waste your time or your money. If it's a pop, that means it's worth seeing, maybe not right now in the theater. Maybe check it out when it hits streaming or rental, something like that. But a double pop means go out, see it now, spend your hard-earned money, grab the big corn, grab the big drink, and really make a night of it. Heidi, given those parameters, where does Endgame land for you?
It's a triple pop, man. We not only
You're always breaking the rules.
I always break the rules, but not only did we grab the big corn, we grabbed the bucket. The signature limited edition metal corn bucket.
I'm sure other theaters are doing promotional things as well, but AMC is offering a metal tin bucket as part of their popcorn thing that has all the Avengers on the outside. It's a pretty cool deal. We dropped a little bit extra coin for that. But it is 3 hours and 2 minutes is the full runtime of this film. There's really not. I mean, we've heard that there were places that if you need to get up and pee, if you'll pardon the expression, that you can do so without missing a whole lot. But I would say, try to make it for the 3 hours if you can. If that means not doing the drink, if it means
on a fluid restriction.
Prepping your bladder for that kind of a marathon.
Being on a fluid restriction for half the day before you go, and then going immediately between the previews and like the actual start of the movie. Like,
because even scenes that aren't heavy action pieces or pieces that are important to the overall plot are still important character-wise, still, necessary to the overall thing. So I would try to not miss anything if at all possible. For me,
I was going to say, you didn't give your...
I was getting there.
Okay.
I'm not a rule breaker like my wife is, so I'm going to say solid double pop. That means rush out. For me, that means rush out and see it right now. Definitely worth your money. Definitely if you've invested in the MCU to this point. Maybe you haven't seen every single movie, but you've watched kind of the overall thing take place, and you're invested in some of these characters. Definitely worth, let's face it, movie theaters are not inexpensive. Movies are costly. The popcorn and drinks are costly, that kind of thing. But I'm telling you, this movie is worth your time and your effort to see. So be sure and do that if you can. That's it really for us for our non-spoiler thoughts, unless you had anything else.
Just a note that we saw it in 3D both times. That was accidental. We actually didn't... The first time I think we forgot that we did it, and then this time it was just based on the time that it was being offered.
Yeah.
So, but it was... I felt like it was really great, and it didn't like detract, and it wasn't like, it was the well done 3D.
It wasn't the hokey 3D of things flying out at you. It was just a nice depth of field and yeah, pretty cool experience in the 3D format. So yeah, definitely, of course, use your judgment call on that, whether you want to pay a little extra for the 3D or not. But we did thoroughly enjoy our time in the theater. So that's it from us. If you like this video,
hit the thumbs up
and consider subscribing to the channel. We love it when you do that. Don't forget, Shadow Plays 20% off right now with promo code Shadow. I'll have a little bumper at the end of the video that'll have that information as well for you. We will be back with a spoiler review. We may not put that part up. We'll film it right now, but we're not going to put it up for a few days. Give you guys a chance to see the movie and then come back. So be sure and subscribe to the channel so that you can check that out when we put it up. We look forward to hearing your thoughts on that, and you can do that in the comments below. Just remember, on this particular video, it is spoiler free, so don't post any spoilers in the comments, right?
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, that's it for us. Until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.